Oh, gosh, the sun.
Of course.
What the hell? No, it's still showing an error. I don't know, George, but for some reason we are unable to get back onto Facebook. I am only going to assume that the reason that is because of a copyright issue with music. That is how good the analytics for Facebook are. They can hear background music and they can attach a copyright to it, and they won't waste any time. Like YouTube, they will just flag your video, and then they can edit it for you just on the part that they hear.
Yeah.
Facebook just wastes no time. They just say you're done, and they will just kick you off of the live stream, and that's what's happening apparently here. Well, fortunately, we're closing in on the end of our live anyway, but we'll be live on YouTube then for the rest of the afternoon. Our live is scheduled to close out at about 4 o'clock, which would be about 20 minutes, but I really want to get Crystal Brenneman over here. The question is she still alive? Is she in the back of a vehicle sleeping it off now?
I don't know.
After the stress of a long weekend and a long process to get this to the point where it's at. I don't know, George, but we've had fun. Everybody here is having fun, and that's number one, is everybody here having a good time and it being well attended.
Yep. Yeah, I just have to say they have knocked it out of the park. No pun intended. But this is a wonderful festival this year. Been very well attended. And, they've got to be proud of themselves for what they've put on here this week.
Absolutely. They've done great work, and it shows with the attendance and with all the things that people have to offer here. All the vendors that have come out to support this festival as well, and the people who come to support the vendors. It's a mutual relationship when it comes to that. The food vendors who are out here, all of the sponsors for this event. I know we just mentioned Calvin Banks doing the barbecue chicken dinners inside the building, but there are so many more. I just don't want to mention them with getting it wrong. In fact, I think what I can do, George, is I think I can probably find a picture of the list of vendors. Every time I think I know what I'm doing, George, I find out that I don't know what I'm doing, but then I figure out a reason, and then I'll figure out a way to solve the problem.
Exactly. You've been hanging around Joe McDonald for too long.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Because if I'm hanging around Joe and the ideas that guy has, and if that's rubbing off on me, whoa, some interesting things going to be happening.
We're in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me pull up the Molasses Festival.
I saw a fella go through there a few minutes ago. I got to try to track him down here directly and talk to him about an idea that I have for the station. Rick Falls.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk with him last year.
Yeah.
And if you look I'm looking at the Molasses Festival Facebook page, by the way, folks, and this is a great Facebook page. People sometimes have Facebook pages. They don't do anything with them.
Right.
But the Molasses Festival has been a constant post machine in the weeks leading up to this festival, giving information out about what you need to do if you want to sign up for something, what things they have going on. But during the festival itself, throughout, there have been post after post after post, be it videos or pictures or whatever it may be, about the festival itself and the many different things that are happening during this festival. So that's somewhere that we could always go to find information that we needed. And right now I'm looking for the picture that they have, and I know they posted this at one point. The picture, there it is, the picture of the sponsors for this event. It only took me 10 minutes and a long life of moronic behavior to find out what I can know online. So the 56th Annual Molasses Festival sponsors this year Mini Hamilton Health Systems, Calhoun County Clerk Gene Simers, I got that wrong the last time.
There you go.
Calhoun Banks, Mike Ross, Laura Davis Mace Magistrate, Jason Nettles Assessor, the Parmar Stores, Houchin Construction, Roan General Hospital, Family Dollar, Michael Hicks Prosecuting Attorney, Hirschman Apparel, Arnoldsburg Elementary School, Matheny Construction, the Grantsville Foodland, Bob's Bargains, and Rick Postwaite Magistrate. Those are your corporate sponsors for the 56th Annual Molasses Festival. So I figured out a way to troubleshoot the problem, George. If we don't get Crystal before we shut down here, that is okay, because she really, I think, just wanted to thank the sponsors for helping out with this event. They went big this year. It costs money to go that big, and it succeeded with a bang, I think. This was a huge festival, and it was well attended from day one to tonight.
Exactly. And, it's wonderful to see this many people here today. And, like I said, people are not leaving. They're sticking around.
Yeah, there's still a whole lot going on here. And, in fact, me being the kind of guy I am, figuring stuff out, George, I found out that I can post a picture of the schedule of events. Now, don't worry about the first line on the left. All that happened Monday through Thursday. And don't look at the top middle. That's Friday. Today, if you go down to about 4 p.m., that's where we're at. The Cornhole Tournament, sponsored by the Calhoun County FFA chapter, is getting ready to take place at 4 p.m. They are taking entries until just about 2 or 3 minutes from now. So if you haven't gotten into it yet, you got to get a chance to get in there quickly for the Cornhole Tournament. All that a fundraiser for the Calhoun County 4-H FFA chapter. Right now on stage to our right, and the reason that Facebook kicked us off is the Braxton Cowboys, and they're playing a bunch of really good 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s country, mixing it in with a little bit of other stuff as well. The carnival is open from now still until 5. They'll close from 5 to 6. They'll be open again 6 to 10. After the Braxton Cowboys are done at 5 o'clock, 5:30, Stephanie and the Band of Brothers taking the stage. They'll be on from 5:30 to 7:30. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. is Retro Country. Now, Retro Country, I wonder how retro we're going with
That's what I'm wondering, too.
Because, as a bub myself, 90s country is my bub retro country.
Exactly.
Now, some people may say, no, it's 50s and 60s country.
Right.
Some people may say 70s and 80s. I don't know.
Exactly. You never know.
Maybe it depends on what generation you were born into.
Exactly. Your taste in music. And, I have to say, our tastes are very similar in music. And, but just because we work in country radio doesn't mean that that's the only thing we listen to.
No. We have eclectic taste in music.
Exactly.
Eclectic taste in music. Now, you see that climbing wall? Just want to spin over again just to show people what's going on the left side. We got a young girl right now on Bruiser. I hope that setting is number 1.
She'd probably take full bore.
She's like, yeah, go full bore. I'm going to stay on for 8 seconds.
Rides it for 20.
Yeah. Just a gorgeous afternoon. The weather continues to improve. The later in the day, George, the further that sun goes down, that breeze is kicking back up.
Yep.
And people are going to be having a good time throughout the evening here. We've had a blast here in our short amount of time down in this back area. But I like the setup. I think we'll do that again next year. I think we'll go up to the clinic for the parade, then come down here.
That made the most sense. I mean, that was a very, very, very good idea. Because they put the judges up there, too. It was perfect. Perfect spot.
And a gorgeous day here in Arnoldsburg, West Virginia. Small community and small town pride is on full display, I think, George. Yep. You come from sunny Cal.
Cougar pride is showing through today.
Yeah. And the weird thing is I think this all began a couple of years ago. with some things happening over there in the Grantsville area. The 1982 Foundation kind of really just taking a needle and shooting insulin into the blood.
Exactly.
And getting a little bit of heartbeat back in, and all of a sudden that heartbeat grows stronger and stronger. And the pride just, the cup runneth over right now 2 years later.
And
things are happening.
And you see it all over the county.
Yes.
I mean, things are picking up. It's
not just in Grantsville. It is throughout.
No, it's throughout the county. From the Clay County line to the Ritchie County line, from the Gilmer County line to the Work County line, and from the Gilmer County line to the Roane County
yes. A little bit of geography action for you there with George Allen.
Exactly.
Sounded almost like Tony Caridi, from Reedy to Walton to Spencer.
Exactly.
From Gilmer to Ritchie to Brad.
Yeah.
I've already messed it up.
Oh. But, it is just great to see the rejuvenation of this county.
I hope it continues.
It is. It is continuing. And you see it throughout the county.
Now, this Arnoldsburg area on the outskirts of the Calhoun County, and, of course, they're a part of this county. They're a part of Calhoun County, and this is another reminder that they are prideful around here about what they have and what they want to do and what they offer. And it's working, and it is working. I mean, just think about in 2, 3, 5, 10 years what's possible in the county.
I mean, you've got a restaurant in Arnoldsburg now. You've got a market in Arnoldsburg now. And you've got 2 health facilities in Arnoldsburg. And you've got Groves.
I was going to say you got one heck of an auto place in Groves Auto.
He keeps me running anyway. I mean, if it wasn't for Keith, I'd be dead in the water.
At this point, you pull into Groves Auto, and he just says, "What's wrong this time?"
Yeah.
It's not that you're there for any other reason. Like, what's wrong with your vehicle this time, George?
Yeah,
it's all right. It's been a good vehicle over the years.
It is, and
just these little TLC.
Exactly. And Keith, he feels like he's got it set right now, so we should be good.
Well, if George didn't drive like a NASCAR driver, I mean, things would be a little easier on the vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah, Bo Duke sliding in.
Meets the pot calling the kettle black here.
Exactly.
Surprised my truck still has all 4 wheels on it.
Yeah.
Well, we're still looking and waiting
I only
for
need
Crystal
2 wheels
Britman.
anyway.
Yeah, you only need 2, honestly.
You were always, on 2 anyway.
Around each particular turn, that depended on which 2 wheels were touching pavement.
Exactly.
Which 2 were about to put off the ground.
People out there dancing. Good deal.
Absolutely. The Braxton Cowboys on the main stage. Bruiser still working over some of the kids right now. And then the rock climbing wall, again, people are up and down that thing. I wouldn't do it, but some other people have. Well, we see Amanda walking and running around, and
where's Crystal?
Nowadays, you get a roll of toilet paper because that's the way to go.
She's going to find Crystal for us.
Did you see the look on the face of Amanda? She was focused and running.
Exactly.
Not running away from us, just running to the next thing that's needed.
The next project.
She said she would try to find Crystal for us, Crystal Brenneman, and we'd like to hear it again directly from one of the organizers.
And actually thank them for what they have done.
Absolutely.
This is just, it's amazing.
Again, as we wind down, I want to thank the sponsors for the 56th Annual Molasses Festival, Vinnie Hamilton Health Systems, Calhoun County Clerk Gene Simers, Calhoun Banks. Is it Simmers? I said it first, so I said it right the first time and then got it wrong, and you didn't correct me. Way to
didn't
go,
hear
George.
You the first time. I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness. George is going to get me fired. Or, I guess, in trouble if I lived over in Calhoun County.
Exactly.
They'll
revoke your passport.
Thank goodness I don't yet. Okay,
They'll revoke your passport.
Listen, I'll build better community support after this. So, Gene Simmers, I got it right the first time, Calhoun County Clerk. Calhoun Banks, Mike Ross, Laura Davis Mace, Magistrate, Jason Nettles, the Assessor, Parmar, Halchin Construction, The Family Dollar, Roan General Hospital, Hersman Apparel, Michael Hicks Prosecuting Attorney, Arnoldsburg Elementary School, Grantsville Foodland, Matheny Construction, Rick Postwaite, Magistrate, and Bob's Bargains. Our corporate sponsors here for the 56th Annual Molasses Festival.
You know, this group does a little bit of everything as far as their musical
Absolutely.
selections.
Long-time song's been around for many, many years, but I really enjoy the Alan Jackson version of this song, but there's many people who have covered it. Did you get some updates for us? Are we going to find Crystal? It's almost like Where's Waldo right now.
Exactly. Crystal will be here in about 5 minutes. She's out on the WVU Mobile, and she'll be right back in less than 5 is what she told me.
The official Molasses Festival vehicle.
Exactly. But
There's somebody we know well in the Calhoun County area, Mr. Jim Sullivan.
exactly. Hey, Jim, how you doing, buddy?
All right, good to see you.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir? Well, we could probably get him on the air, couldn't we?
Good.
I mean, if he'd grab a microphone and a headset, just
Jump in.
place him on.
Jump in. The water's fine.
Well, we'll ask you questions.
Jump in.
Now, who knows if Tim has been used to being interviewed himself. I got those all turned down.
I have no clue where
Yeah,
he's at.
here's what I do when I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I just turn them all up.
There you go.
One of them's on him. I know that.
There we go.
Jim Sullivan, buddy, this is amazing.
Isn't it, though?
This Molasses Festival, we were here last year. I don't know if you were able to make it here last year.
Yeah, I didn't come very much last year.
Well, it was about half as many people here, and there was about a half as much stuff here. And now, coming off of COVID, it was still improved. Obviously, they were coming back slowly. Well, the organizers this year, they went full go, full bore, and this is the response.
At the Wood Festival, they came up to me and said, "We want to do what you do."
Uh-huh.
And they did it, and they're even more, really. But my sound company, my stage people, we got them hooked up, and with everything that's going on in the county, everything's picking up a little bit.
You know, we were just talking about that, Jim. George and I were saying that it started kind of a couple of years ago with a spark in Grantsville, and then that 1982 foundation gets things going and injecting some more life in. And what's happened with that is it's kind of just expanding naturally.
Yes, and that's what it needs to do.
You know, I was just telling Drew, I said, you can drive from the Clay County line to the Roane County line. You can drive from the Gilmer County line all the way into Calhoun, you know, down to Work County line, and from Grantsville to the Ritchie County line. And you can see major improvements throughout each community.
Yes.
And there are little pockets of communities around here, but Calhoun County itself is one big unit, even though there are separate pockets, and it's all coming together. And I think that, you know, Grantsville being that downtown area, being that centrally located, the hub.
Have you seen the pictures?
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that amazing?
The renovation and the painting parties that have happened recently, it's just injecting more life into downtown Grantsville, and therefore, because of that, it is spreading again.
It's going to get infectious.
Yeah.
Big time.
A good infection.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, you weren't expecting this, and we weren't either, but you stopped by, and we said we got to say hi to Jim Sullivan. Because you're involved in a lot of this stuff in the background, and a lot of times people don't know who's helping out with certain things. But we've been coming over to Calhoun County consistently since I took over, and it's every time we're over somewhere doing something, I seem to find you there.
Yeah, I was helping sell pulled pork sandwiches for 1982 today.
You know what I would do if I was helping? I'd be like, Sandwich for me, sandwich for you. Sandwich for me, sandwich for you.
I hear you're trying to revive Calhoun football on the radio.
We are working hard. We're going to try to do full bore football, boys, girls basketball, boys baseball, girls softball, wrestling. Who knows?
Yeah,
what's gonna
that's
happen?
great.
And we got some
Volleyball,
people
maybe.
coming in, dude. We've got people who are already committing to sponsor, to getting the equipment we need. And again, every time I talk to somebody, I talked to Michael Fitzwater just recently.
I
about it,
talked to him the other day about it.
and he said that when he talks to people, they are incredibly excited about it because, again, sports is something that drives a lot of things, you know.
Yeah.
And so if you could get people back involved and excited about sports, then that helps. That's just another part of Calhoun County's complete revitalization. I've been calling it Renaissance for this county. And I'm telling you, if people get on board with it completely, there's no end to what can be done in Calhoun County.
That's it.
The pride that's here is, I grew up in Roane County. I live in Roane County. I played sports against Calhoun County. I never spent a lot of time over here to find out just the amount of pride the people in this county do have.
They do.
That's big. It's big. We're just waiting for Crystal Brenneman. We want to talk to her.
She's going, Crystal. So Brenneman. Okay.
Yeah, we tried to stop Crystal first. She said, nah, not tonight. Well, she said she'd come over and talk to us next week.
I'm going to have her on the air this week.
Fantastic. Well, Jim, thank you for joining